Hey, Watagwan, bonjour famille. Bum Jonas here, representing for Sprinkle Some Salt Podcast. Damn, right at 4:20, y'all. I'm a little late. I should have been here a few moments before. Had to find my headpiece, man. Couldn't do this motherfucking interview without the proper headgear, y'all. Had to have the right headgear. So look, tell a friend to tell a friend. You see that motherfucking arrow? Let them know. Conversations from the cardiac is going down. None other than fucking started. We're gonna find out who he is, what he does, and a whole lot of why.
What up, Bump? What up? What up?
Hey! There
My
he
dog.
is. In the motherfucking building. EpitomeKC. Woo! Bro, hold on. Man, and I was running late. I had to get my water. I almost ran down here and started talking with no water. I can't do this.
Those are the DMs like, am I supposed to just call you right here?
No. I'm gonna go. I got you. Now, man, look, I appreciate you tapping in. For those that are joining, Bump Jonas here, Sprinkle Some Salt Podcast.
Yes,
I'm talking to none other than EpitomeKC, the epitome of love and repping for your motherfucking city and putting on for yourself and others. I know those are big shoes to fill, but my man's been actually setting that list for a long time for a lot of people, tall order. So, look, this is the way it works, man. We got a bunch of personal and professional questions.
Okay.
We're going to find out about you, who you are, your story. We're going to have a little fun. Do you mind if I smoke? I'll put it out if you would.
Smoke.
Let's go.
It. Man, yes, sir.
Let's go. All right, man. So, look, Fruity Pebbles or Captain Crunch?
All right, man. Fruity Pebbles, because Captain Crunch cut the roof of my mouth.
That's the common conception. Fruity Pebbles been on a roll, man. I'm doing this study. I'm doing research. The wife and I have a disagreement between the better cereal, Captain Crunch and Fruity Pebbles. And the last 4 weeks, man, Fruity Pebbles been kicking ass. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. So let's get the corny question out the way, man.
Right.
Who is Epitome? What do you do and why?
Oh, wow. So, I like to think of myself as a content creator that happens to rap. So, I do a podcast called Rhythm and Brunch Podcast, which is about every other week. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus because we were trying to get some technical stuff together. I'm the creator of the Hood Dude Food Review, so I travel around, and I've of course had Thrax Pastry OG. You know how that goes. So I travel, and I just go to different places. So I'm set up to go to Chicago in September, so we can really try to get some different other than just Kansas City and Kansas next. So we're gonna go all the way there. Then I do music, and I like to think that all those things hold hands, you know. And as you dig into that universe that I'm creating, you're gonna find, you do this, you do that, you do this. And I've also definitely had my hand in show promoting and social media marketing, things of that nature. So this past year, though, if you're asking about Epitome, I've been focused on being an artist and a content. And I really let a lot of that other stuff kind of get buried to the wayside because I wasn't making as much music as I needed to be, so that's me.
Now, you've been making music for a while, though, too. So it's understandable that you, dip into other bags, take a break, and then come back. But I'm not mad at it. I mean, look, y'all, I was actually going to make this a food-related, intro and be like, oh, welcome to the boil and all this shit, because my man's cranking it out when it comes to the music. But Hood Dude Food Review, you haven't left the food aside. And you haven't left the content creation aside. So all of it's still there. It's well, let me I just want to give you your flowers because so much of what you do in a lot of ways is for Kansas City, it's all like our Jay-Z's blueprint type of thing. You know what I mean? You lay in a format for a lot of different cats in terms of how they can approach this shit. By the way, though, at some point, I got a cat in Chicago, man, that you should tap in with as far as spots and food and all that shit, man.
Yeah.
Peacock's Pizza. Man, shit, let me, hold on. They got to cut the check. Hold on. Anyway, anyway. So this is going to come across as a vague question, but tell us about your first musical memory that you can recall. So like the first memory that you have that's like attached to a song or to music of any type.
All right, man. So I got into rap music because of Christian rap. There's some guys called the Cross Movement, and that's when I really was like, I was really young, and I was listening to them, and I was like, I didn't know the music could do that. You know, I was like, I didn't know that you can talk about that type of subject matter and make it make sense. So that was the first time where I really made the realization that music is more than just the stuff that you're like listening to. You know, my mom was very like religious, and I'm the one who got her to go to church. But so when I got into high school, she wasn't letting us listen to any secular music. So all I had was like, now that's what I call music volume 4.
Hip
Like,
hop and shit. Okay.
you can listen to Backstreet Boys or you know, Britney Spears. So I didn't really get, you know, into like rap like until I was like probably a sophomore, freshman in high school, because my dad slipped me a copy of that Mace Harlem World, and I was like, yeah. But I never listened to it until I was a grown man. Like he gave it to me, and I was just like, what the fuck? I don't listen to Mace. So then I'd seen Cross Movement, and that's when it let me know how music can generally affect your opinion, like your opinion, your mindset, you know, just by listening to somebody expressing themselves through music. And that's when I was like, I could do that. You know, I won't do that. That's crazy. You could do
I
that with
love that
Jesus?
moment.
Wow. If he can talk about Jesus, I can talk about anything. Yeah, that's how
I
the
love it.
journey begins, man.
He said, I could do that. I love that, man. I fuck with that heavy. So where do, God damn, I'm just gonna ask you like this, man. Where do big dudes buy fly shit?
All my clothes are local, other than my pants. Now, I got a funny story for you, okay? And I tell this story with pride. So they didn't used to make fat nigga skinny jeans, okay? They didn't make fat nigga skinny jeans, and I'm on wax saying that. If you're a fat nigga, you used to wear big fucking pants because that's all you could wear, big pants. And one time I was in the car with Amira Wang, and she fucking was like, I got my new nigga in the car. She was just playing around with her cousin at the time, like, because she was doing like a prank, like, look, I'm with my new nigga. And she looked at my pants and was like, yeah, I ain't your new nigga. You don't fuck with big niggas, and that's big nigga jeans. And I was like, I just got typecast because of my pants. So my first foray into skinny jeans, I had to buy, and still got them, I had to buy some damn women's pants from Torrid, but they stretch. So, you know, they were the first fat nigga skinny jeans that you could get. You know what I'm saying? But now you can go to Boohoo and Sheen, even though you're gonna get a Rico fucking with Sheen, and you can get your fucking pants for fat niggas from there. Now, all my shirts are local. I wear a lot of Dynasty. It's one of my favorite brands. A lot of Clever World, of course. I'm in some psych brand right now, and they're the people that allow me. Designer X too, he's fire. They're the people that allow me to give them Heart Black Lives. They're the people that allow me to give them my shirts, and then they make the products or buy the shirts in my size, because I'm trying to buy. I'm trying to buy all of the. Look, she has 24 hours to respond. So I'm trying to get all the local shit, bro. I've been trying to get all the local shit so I can support, especially because I make so much content. You know, I'm recording a freestyle. I want to put on there, you know, drip from this place, you know, and that's why I do my little drip check at the beginning of my videos, because I want to support our local brands, because we really got some people really out here doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? And every video that you know, I feel motherfucker post, you wearing somebody else's shit. You know, why wouldn't we be wearing our shit? You got your shit on right now.
Already. Hey, I'm with you, bro. Number local. If it ain't local, I got no reason to be wearing it, because I'm not trying to be branded with someone's brand that ain't part of my community. Fuck them.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but if you who are looking for some shit to buy, get your Rico charge with Sheen, but the issue with Sheen clothes, if you get them for fat niggas, is they rip. They're made for 1 or 2 wears. After your 2 wears with your linen shirt, that motherfucker's ripped. It's done. Done. So, but they should be $6. So you really only get, I don't know how you could be mad. I bought some fucking shorts, they were fire. It was like $12. I wore them 3 times. Bitch rips that right down the middle.
So,
but I mean, that's $4 a wear. That's not bad.
Is that the equivalent to some Air Force Ones or some ones where you can only wear them like 3 times and they gotta go?
Hey, you just gotta walk real carefully. You can get 5 wears before it creases. Okay, you gotta walk real carefully, and you can't drive. You cannot drive. Okay, you gotta drive with the shoe off. All right.
Or Uber.
One, whichever one push the pedals, you gotta take it off when you drive, and you gotta make sure you walk real stiff. You know what I'm saying? Real stiff. And if you want to make them get maybe 10, you know, you can get your pair of them force fields, and then your toes don't be hurting though, because you like hit the top of your feet. But it'll get you some wears, man. Get you some wears.
I'm weak.
I'm
weak. Hey, for y'all tuning in, man. Bump Jonas here. Conversations on the cardiac. I got EpitomeKC in the building, man. Look, shit is cracking already. You should be adding like stand-up comedian to your repertoire or something, man. Like,
part of what
because I know there's hella comedy in your skits and your content anyway.
Part of what I've been doing when I start doing shows, look, he said I definitely wear my slides driving and put the forces on when I arrive. Let's go. So in between my songs, I used to like do so much of trying to, you know, get the crowd hyped. But now I just tell them my stories of how I made these songs. You know, I just say some crazy shit, and I'm like, this is why. This is why. You have to understand that this is why I said this. You know, and let's talk about it. There's a history behind this. So we try to get there. It takes a special person to do stand-up comedy, because if you motherfuckers don't laugh, I'm leaving. Like, you're not funny, nigga. Okay. All right.
All y'all make sure you laugh. Laugh, damn it. We need some laugh emojis.
I don't want to be T.I., man. I don't want to be T.I. Indubitably.
Oh, all right, so let's talk about, hold on, let me go to Fit Check real quick, because we've been talking fashion. Let's stick on that. You got a segment called Fit Check, or one thing I do like is that you stick to like doing recurring segments and themes. You don't do it all the time, but like, let's say you do it all the time with the consistency, but it may not be like every time it's a Fit Check, but you're going to bring it back. You're going to bring hood do. I love that consistency. But when did you figure out that you had style? Big or little, none of that matters. You have a certain sense of swag that just is there. And when did you discover it?
When I was jealous of the little niggas. I was like, you can wear that? You can wear that? I want my pants to sit like that. Why can't my shit look like that? I was like, you know what? Fuck you motherfuckers. I'm going to do it my own way. I'm going to do it my own way. I'm going to make my own style. I was like, man, I want a suit jacket. Look, I go in there. I have an unfortunate combination of being too tall and too fat at the same time. So everything that I get rolls up to the middle of my sleeves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like middle of my arms. So I really had to develop, when I was younger, my mom didn't ever buy me any of the nice shoes. You know, I didn't get my first pair of Jordans or Dunks, so I was like 18, because I had to go out and buy my own. My mom had me in the Pro Kid looking New Balance, all white nurse shoes. I was in this motherfucker, man, toed up, looking crazy as hell, man. So then I went to a uniform school, which was a blessing for me, because my mom had me in like fucking jerseys. Like, wow, I was looking crazy as hell, boy. So I used to just wear Dickie suits everywhere, because I was in a uniform school, man. I had busted ass shoes, man. So I just wear Dickie suits everywhere. It worked out. So as I got older and I finally got into shoes, in the days where I was doing illicit activities that we won't talk too much about, I just had a lot of disposable income. And I was like, man, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy a pair of shoes every 2 days. And then once you have so many shoes, you got to have something to wear with them shoes. And that's when I really started dipping into, okay, what can I do? How can I make these things like actually work? Because I didn't bought this fucking neon purple pair of fucking shoes. I don't have anything to wear with this shit. Like, why did I do this?
What goes with neon purple?
Oh,
pink, red, blue.
You know, but okay. I got about 10 pair of shoes I haven't worn because I can't find anything to match them with.
Okay, so shoes still your
Yeah.
problem. You still stuck on
Oh,
shoes.
absolutely. Shoes, cologne, and liquor.
Shoes, cologne, and liquor.
Yeah, man. I probably got about 40 bottles of cologne.
God
I love some cologne, man. Bitch, I smell good. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like when you meet someone, they're gonna be like, okay, they're gonna look you up and down, and you gotta have the look, you gotta have the smell, and you gotta have the confidence when you're doing that. And those are just part of the what makes the steez, what makes the drip. You know what I'm saying? For me, you gotta smell away, you gotta look away, and then that's gonna make people look at you differently. And be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker bold as hell. He bold as hell, but I see why. I see why.
Oh, bro, we're gonna talk about your energy, bro. We're gonna get into that, but I want to ask writer's block, and you have so many different angles where that can happen too, in a sense of just being you're a creative all around. So how do you handle let's not say writer's block, but let's say a creative's block, right? How do you handle a creative block?
The benefit for us being creatives is we have so many different outlets. So if you're writing a rap and let's say that this beat is you're not getting any progress on this beat, maybe you should switch the beat and find one with a similar tempo, right? And then you might get motivation off that and then switch back to that other beat after you had a little bit of motivation from your other beat. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the ways when it comes to rap. But with rap, my biggest thing that's helped me the most for my career, rappers, you don't hear rappers talk about other people helping them write very often because
Mm-hmm.
it's a taboo thing. You know what I'm saying? But if you open up these records and you're looking at these people, you know, for example, big record, and this R&B though. Have you heard the song about Usher? It's called Glue.
I'm sure I have, but
Okay,
I mean, you'd have to
right.
play it and I would know it.
So check it out. Lil Jon made the beat. Sean Garrett wrote it, and a dude named Bones played all the instruments. I can send you the session right now. Usher wasn't even in the room.
Oh,
They made the whole song, produced it, made it. Sean Garrett laid the vocals, wrote the vocals, and sent it to Usher. So I'm not necessarily saying that rappers need to do that, but as a oh man, it's going down in the hood. Let me go downstairs.
all good. Sprinkles of salt. We
We're
keep it
we're in the
raw.
trenches, baby. they don't play over there, man. Okay. So
So
the biggest thing that I would say that has helped me grow immensely is when you have that block, I get other people involved. So to finish a song, you know what I'm saying? I'll have a session and have 4 or 5 people involved in that session. So I'll tell them to come to the studio. And before the engineer gets there, I'll play. This is what I have. Then we start rapping together and they'll help me to finish those songs. And, you know,
boom.
I give them a writer's credit. You know what I'm saying? If the song goes crazy, everybody wins. But I lean on not just my ability, but I have so many people that are talented. There's a project that I worked on for a long time. You'll probably see it top of next year because like I just have that much stuff that we are ready to roll out on. What I did was I had Desmond Mason produce the whole project. Then I would write my parts and I called singers, instrumentalists, other artists, and I called them to an open studio session. And I'm like, I need this instrument here. Play the instrument. Then I'm like, I wrote this, I laid it down, but it's not done. Let's sing on it together. Let's work on this together. And then it's like, this is my rap part. If you hear anything here, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you can help me with some under vocals, maybe you can help me with this. And then next thing you know, you have a room full of amazing individuals making this music together. And you're like, okay, all right. Then there's I've been involved in a lot of writing sessions, and you're going to see people that get all these like writing credits, and you're like, okay, like for example, AM Music, he just got 3 writing credits or 4 writing credits on Trippie Redd's album. Probably was never even in the room with Trippie Redd. That's Kansas City talent, you know what I'm saying? But we have so many people that are here, and we don't even do these things together. So for me, just on music, I write with other people after
You're
I've done so much.
fucking
Yeah.
orchestrator.
Look, I'm telling you, I will be stuck, and I'll call Amir. Hey, come over. I'll play the beat. Then we'll end up making the whole song. Maybe she even gets a verse on the song. Who knows? She'll call me and be like, "Hey, this is where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? What you think?" and we'll rap together. We'll freestyle. We'll just record it on our phones and go from there. So then when you're getting to, you know, and if that doesn't work, that's when you do something else. You know, you have all these different things that are available to you. You move on and say, okay, I couldn't do the rap, so maybe I'm going to go record me a freestyle. You know, I already have this song done. Maybe I'll just go record the freestyle. Maybe I'll go edit a food review. Maybe I'll go do this. Maybe I'll go see what's our subject matter for our podcast is. Maybe I'll see what's next on that. And then that's going to help you get your juices flowing. And that's why as artists, you can't just have one thing that you do, because nobody's going to make you just being, you know, oh, I rap and that's it. Oh, I sing and that's it. You know, you got to be able to say, I do this and I do that and I do this, because nowadays, you know, it takes a team, it takes a village. And, you know, when someone gets behind you, you're really going to be able to be like, okay, I see. And so we have a space, and in my space, we have an editor. Amir helps me edit. My camera guy is Mellow Miles. He's like, okay, hey, I'm not going to charge you as much as I would charge a normal person because I'm behind the product. I see where you're at. So let me help you to make the most content that we can. And if one of us makes it, we're all on. You know, so then I got a group of writers. I got a group of producers that are just like, hey, here's the beats, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pay these people the minimum, because they're gonna, you know, like, I'll get to you $50, not because that's what their normal price is, but because I'm making sure that they get paid, even if they're just doing me a favor. But right. You know, you get your team behind you, and that really is going to help. And I've looked up in this year, and that's why you'll really start to see once we start rolling the product out. We probably 50 deep, like songs, because last year I took off. I took off last year to be an artist. And right. Haven't been doing as many performances, things of that nature, performing that, because I have been working on reintroducing, you know, this side of me, because I've been so much in the promotion, so much into all these other parts that we have to do, that I didn't take the time to be an artist. So I was stuck for a long time, like the most severe creative block I had, but it was because I wasn't dedicating enough time to be an artist. I just wanted to do everything else. So sometimes you have to move on to do something else to get back to what you were waiting for, you know?
Wow. So really, great. Well, first of all, great answer. And I don't even have to ask if you've ever had media training. You probably train media in some cases, but I love the fact that you said, yeah, those shoe collection is crazy. Yeah, here, light flex.
There's some of them. It's in a separate room. There's some of them.
But it sounds like basically when you don't, I mean, in some cases you don't really have a creative block because you just move somewhere else. But if there is one, a genuine block, you just seek out collaboration, and that opens up the gates. I love that. That's some real fucking gems, y'all. I'm just telling y'all, there's real fucking gems here. All right, so what's some passions of yours outside of music? Or let's expand that a little bit. I know we're focused on music right now. That's where you are. You're in your artist phase, but I want to make this a little bit difficult for you. So outside of all of your content creative avenues, what are some other passions that you have in your life?
I love live music too. I love watching other people perform, and especially like instrumentalists, man. Kansas City is just one of the most talented cities you'll ever see. And it's just unfortunate that we don't get to shine this, you know, I think we deserve. But I love live music. And I like liquor, not just drinking it. Like, I'm actually very much a social drinker. There's not very often that I'm drinking by myself, but I like to just like make drinks. But usually being like a bartender doesn't really, you know, the schedule doesn't really work with the things that I like to do. Okay. I love making drinks, man. So whenever people come over, I'm like, yeah, you know, let me make you a drink. I've been working on this drink. You know what I'm saying? What you think about this? You know, I'm in the liquor store all the time, and they'll just be like, they know me now, and they'll be like, hey, you're either an alcoholic or you're doing something. I'll be like, no, I have all that liquor that I bought. You know, I just really enjoy making drinks. It's really fun. And I like to cook too. Now, I'm not no chef though. I'm a hood nigga, all right? But I be in that motherfucker doing my thing. I feel like I got about 7 dishes. Got about 7 of them, all right? About 7.
That's solid.
You know what I'm saying?
That's beyond bachelor status.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, as long as you got about 5, girl, you know, she got about 5, I got about 7. We can make them mix and match through the month. You know what I'm saying? So, shoes, liquor. I love food, and that's what really got me into the reviews, man. Oh my God, I just love going somewhere and trying something and be like, bruh, what the fuck was y'all on to think of this shit? Like, the fuck was you doing,
Yeah,
bruh?
hold on. We gonna get now. Let's get into this, man. What the fuck was y'all on to think of this shit? Cause you be on some shit. You be like, y'all gotta listen to my man's lyrics. Like a lot of times when I go into an interview, I try to avoid the artist so that I can get to learn about him in this interview. And it's hard to do with Epitome because the motherfucker is everywhere. He said he took a hiatus, but he didn't. He just like a motherfucker. No, I'm playing.
We out here, man.
I'm playing. But let's talk about your bars, the creative process of how you get to putting a verse together, because your shit's high energy, high metaphors, a lot of switches when it comes to the cadence.
Yeah.
It's just a lot going on, and you're fucking like you like KC's Busta Rhymes in a way for me, in some ways. Alright, so like,
It's
where do you
it's funny.
write knowing that you're gonna be going hard with that energy, or how does it happen? Where does that come
So
from? Talk to us about your writing
I
process.
use two phones. Okay. I play beats on one phone and then I just freestyle into the other phone. So there's been some footage where Lil Wayne, you've seen him, and he'll go into the studio and he'll rap 3 or 4 lines. And then he'll be like, okay, save the first 2. And then he'll re-rap the whole thing and start and keep going, right? So it's a process very similar to that. So it's very reactive. You know, you're going to hear this line. Okay, I said this, I said that, I said this, I said that. Now, how am I going to follow it up? Now I'm going to sit back and I'm going to think. I always like to start off with something crazy as fuck. Like, so when the first bar, I can't write the first bar unless it's crazy as fuck, man. Like, I got to come in, you know, I got to be like, what am I going to say to make you tune in? You know, you got 7 seconds. You got 7 seconds. And if I'm not captured within the first 7 seconds, that includes production, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you don't fucking have me within 7 to 10 seconds, I'm changing the song. So that means for me, I got to come in crazy. You know what I'm saying? I say something wild. So that first couple, I would say something like, man, it'd be like, damn. The best thing that I can tell artists that helped me was I used to be very, very, very into super high lyrical, like New York type, like I'm gonna have like 8 fucking syllables and fucking extremely complicated bar structure because that's what I came up on, right? But then as I got older, I realized that Nas was my GOAT, right? I love Nas, the GOAT to me, right? But I don't like listening to Nas no more, man. He's the it's not because he's not lyrical, it's
Whoa.
because he didn't evolve. He stayed the same. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
He's
shit.
making a few adjustments as his career is getting into the twilight of his career. With Hit Boy,
Okay.
I'm seeing him get a little bit more comfortable and make some different records that you would not have expected from Nas, but it's still the standard Nas record. Now, why he can get away with that is because he's established as one of the GOATs. He can do that. But for us, you know what I'm saying? I can't rap like Nas raps and expect to get a new fan base of people that are going to tune into that, right? So my perspective when making a record is you have to be able to attract a younger audience and the older audience, you know, unless you are particularly demographic and targeting, you know, a certain sound. So I know that I have a fan base of people that can be very much older and younger. So I make records that I still have the lyrical content because that's what I do, you know, but I had to, it's not that I dialed it back. It's just that the metaphors are different now. So it used to be more like things like, oh, I'm comparing myself because I'm this good at rapping. But now instead it'll be double entendres and it could be about, you know, the trap, or it could be about the bitches that I'm dealing with, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna I know for a fact that I'm more lyrical than most niggas, and I'm not even doing like as much as I used to do. And it's not because I'm not lyrical anymore. It's because I'm focusing on the style, the cadences, and still they say sprinkling medicine with the candy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's still going to be very complicated bar structure. There's still going to be these things, but at the end of the day, what we're focusing on actually is, you know, how can you kind of give them the best of both worlds? Because I need to make it exciting. It has to be exciting, right? But it still has to get to the people. They're listening like, Okay. All right. I mean, he's on bullshit, but he's spitting though. He's on bullshit, but he's spitting. So that has been one of the things that with the past year I really worked on. And a lot of the hardcore hip hop fans listen to my newer records and all. They're like, but if we talk about a target demographic, the hardcore hip hop heads aren't spending the money. You know what I'm saying? Look, when you see like a KRS-One come to Kansas City, like that show might probably not selling out because the targeted of those people, they want to sit at home. They're not the people that are outside. And I fuck with them niggas because I'm a hardcore hip hop head. But I mean, it got to be somebody special. Like, I mean, if Nas came, I'd probably go fuck with Nas. But Farside was just here, didn't sell out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's some hip hop shit, you know, but it's a targeted demographic for an older group of people. And I mean, 35 up, we in the house.
That's word. Souls of Mischief was here. It was a dope ass show, but by all means, it didn't sell out.
Souls of Mischief, bro, they're huge. Bro, iconic, dog.
30th anniversary tour.
Not gonna sell out. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's certain people that are gonna buck that trend because they just happen to have a better social media following and do more online. You know what I'm saying? But if Souls of Mischief not doing nothing online, they're not on TikTok. Folks chilling. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at how can I expand my reach, you know what I'm saying? Well, if your target demographic is like 35-year-old dudes, it's tough. I'm a 35-year-old dude, and I'm not going to go see anybody that's targeting them, targeting me. I'm not going to see none of them motherfuckers. Just saying. So, just in particular, I started listening to the person I listen to the most. This rap, if I'm not listening to R&B, is Kendrick Lamar, right? Because he can literally switch from the style that you want. Like, I'm gonna give you some style. I'm gonna give you some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a whole record, a whole album of substance. But you're gonna be able to listen to it. So, when I look at like the example of, you know, the type of music I want to make, I don't want to sound like Kendrick. I want to be like Kendrick because I created my own lane of how I want to sound. But I appreciate the fact that he can say, I'm going to make a song about mental health. And it still allows us to connect. It still is a good song. You're still playing it like, hey, this is fire.
Yeah.
You know, most of the times when people have complicated subject matter, I don't really like it. You know, because they're just kind of harping on it. But he's one of those people that I feel like really can do that. So when it comes to the process, that's a lot of what I think about is we have to attract people, but then you want to make sure that there's still, you know, ability involved because they're looking at, okay, we know that you used to do this, but you don't do that no more. So I just like to maintain, all right, we're going to come with a creative sound. This is new. You know, I don't think there's anyone that sounds like I sound. And it's not like because I'm like cocky. It's because I know, like I listen. They don't sound like me. They don't, you know, because we can go into the seriousness. We can be Fat Man Scoop 1 minute, and next minute I could be fucking like on some serious shit. You know what I mean? Like we literally have the flexibility and ability to do that. So this past year was me working on cadences and styles so that we can give you this product where you're like, oh, I didn't know that you could do that. And that's what people have been saying. I didn't know that you could do that. When you see what's coming out, you're going to be like, okay. And I was telling you, 50 deep, bump. 50 deep.
I believe it. I don't believe that they didn't know that you could do that, but I believe maybe they ain't been paying attention because ever since Liberty Boys, I was like, nah, this motherfucker goes in.
When you get there, you know what I'm saying? When you get there, you're going to be having to think about our lives, and you're going to be like, that motherfucker was wild. And I did not know that he really, like, yeah, well, it's yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
I'm ready.
We really going crazy.
All right, so let's talk about the Rhythm and Brunch podcast.
Hell yeah.
I know it's you and like 2 other folks. I want to say Dutch, but I don't want to fuck no names up. So talk to us about the podcast, Rhythm and Brunch. So it's the R&B vibe going on there. Absolutely. So break it down for us. How did it start? What's going on? What's the word?
It started off as only on Sundays. Oh, that's what it was called. There's 4 people involved in the show, 5. So Keyshawn is an editor and a character on the show. That's Miss Mac. Miss Mac, if you nasty. And we have like 100 nicknames. Everyone has 100 nicknames. TJ He's the editor, and he does all the reels. Okay. And this is why I was talking about having a team, the importance of that. Okay. So then I'm over, I'm a co-host, and I'm over like getting the guests. Okay. Dutch helps to, or he's a co-host, and he helps to organize all of the content so that, you know, he's going through the clips. He's the one that posts it. And then Mello is the visual behind it. And he's the camera guy, and he runs the board for our podcast. So it started off with me and Dutch as two rappers who wanted to talk to people who actually sing about R&B, right? We won't get on this motherfucker and be like, hey, you're wrong. I don't give a fuck. That note was off key. And then they're like, you can't even sing. So what? You're wrong. And that's how we got started. We wanted to argue with people who do this about our perspective. We wanted to tell these motherfuckers, no, you got it fucked up. And so when we bring people to the podcast, the most important piece, okay, well, this is crazy. We do not interview you. This is not an interview. Okay. We say that at the beginning. We are not interviewing you. If you start talking about you, we will cut you off. This is a box. This is an R&B box. So you have your moment to introduce yourself, to say what you're doing, and after that, we only talk about R&B. That's it. Okay. So we do like dating stories, R&B, just what's like, you know, the things that are happening, stuff like that, and the experiences that we've had through R&B, and that's what we do. So it's a box, and then District Biscuits is one of our sponsors. So they give us the Psych Studios and District Biscuits are our sponsor. Psych gives us the space. District gives us the food that we eat on the pod. And we need to go ahead and have stock in Andre. We buy so much of this cheap ass champagne. They need to hook us up, shit. But
now, and you over here mixology and shit too with the drinks, I'm sure. Yeah. So hey, you know, it's a whole rhythm and brunch experience. Never mind, Mike. Never mind.
You gotta come, man.
Hey, I talk about shit.
2 weeks from now, you're welcome to slide out and come sit in, man, and just come drink and eat, man. Just come see what it's about.
I'll holler at you for real. I will do that. I will do that. All right, so let's talk about. You already mentioned a little bit. Well, I mean, you mentioned a lot. As you talk, you weave Kansas City through your whole speech a lot of the time. You talk about the support that you give to locals. You wear local. You work with locals. You're big on collaboration. So one of the things for me here at Sprinkle Some Salt is KC, the new Mecca. I firmly believe that. I've seen it.
Boy.
Hey,
seeing that.
Hey, we'll talk.
Yes, sir.
Don't threaten me with a good time. But talk to us a little bit about the spotlight that it's here now and it's on its way. What are your thoughts on the spotlight that's coming to KC?
Man, you have a very limited time before there's going to be people here, a lot of people here. Well, we got 2 years left before the World Cup.
Yep.
Okay, so I know you have seen it increase just after the draft, right? Then with the Chiefs being successful, there's been people here, more people here. You know, that A$AP Rocky video just came out. That was Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? He did the whole thing here. You know, the makeup artist was from here. The camera people were from here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure that they brought some of their own stuff, but a lot of the people that worked at, not only the talent in it, but the people that worked at it from Kansas City too. And if, you know, he could see that from a distance and say, all right, this is where I want to shoot my video. That lets you know that the spotlight isn't already, it's not coming. It's already here. People have been watching us, and we have a lot of people that are silently very, very successful. You know, there's Dominique Sanders. If you don't know him, you don't know how successful he is. But he in California and producing hit records for people. You know, I know last year I was talking to him and we bought some beats, and he was like, I was in the studio with MGK, made him this, and this. He just produced a record for Tech Nine. He's produced for Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a gang of people that he's produced for. Bam. Then you start talking about so AL Music just wrote 3 records for Trippie Redd. You know, 3 or 4 records. You know, that's Kansas City. Then there is I don't want to butcher him, but he was selected to be the music director for Justin Bieber's tour. He's from Kansas City, Kansas. Yeah. And Yeah, like took it all the way, you know, and he's on tour with Justin Bieber all the time. Then there's a guy, Illmatic. He Rod Wave needed a piano player, and he was coming to Kansas City, picked him up, and now signed him to his label. You know what I'm saying? Then of course you got the ones that have more view on them is, you know, Sleazy World. Sleazy just picked I know one of my friends. Her name is Sky. He's just put her to the label. I don't know what that exactly means, but there's already a spotlight here. Now, the thing is, the spotlight is going to increase. It's going to get bigger because there's going to be more things that are happening and more people that are going to be scouring for the talent that we already have here. So what I think of as artists, we need to be prepared because it's coming. You know what I'm saying? There's never been, bro. I've been in Kansas City forever. These motherfuckers ain't been here like this. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. The Chiefs been shitty as long as I can remember. You know what I'm saying? I'm 35. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't alive when the Chiefs was winning. We had a couple of years with fucking Trent Green. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, we had them years with Priest Holmes. He was fucking running holes through motherfuckers, but that didn't transcend into a playoff win. You know, we had, 3 years when the Royals was the shit, and then they went back to back and then literally fell off. You know, but we've had some sustained success. And I feel like we need to all be preparing because Kansas City's expanding. And it's not a little bit, it's a lot. Kansas City's expanding, and they know the talent's here. And they knew. They've been picking the talent. They just were taking their time because they knew that we could just pick you up and use you and put you back because it's cool. You know, it's cool, but it's time. You know what I mean? There's so much here.
Why? When you say that, and that's a great point. That's a great point that I don't think a lot of people realize that the talent that's been here, like the talent pool has been here. And a lot of times you can just, but so why are they deciding to come here now instead of taking them and placing them other places and putting them in other scenarios? Why is this environment become the spot to come to?
You know, Atlanta's been Atlanta, right? How long has Atlanta been Atlanta? How long has New York been New York? You know what I'm saying? When did Detroit become something? When did that happen? You remember? The only Detroit nigga that ever was popping was Big Sean.
Right.
And Eminem,
so
of
what,
course.
15 maybe?
And then out of nowhere, there's this whole wave of Detroit niggas. Detroit, over the past few years, has been one of the most crazy cities for hip hop.
Pouring it out.
Icewear Vizo, you know what I'm saying? Peasy, Rio the Young OG, RMZ, Mike, you know what I'm saying? BFB the Pac-Man, like the list go up, Babyface Ray, like the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of really popular names, and they have a similar sound. A lot of them from Flint. I didn't even say Sada Baby. Sada Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like out of nowhere, right? Like you're like, these niggas had been rapping. They had been rapping. They've been sounding like they sounded. But something happened. You know, I don't know what happened to cause that, but I feel like we're on that ledge. You know, it starts with a couple people getting popular. You know what I'm saying? You got Sleazy World doing this thing. You know, some other people are getting there. Tech's already been doing it. You know, so now it's like, I wonder who else is there. I wonder what else is going on. Is this going to be the next? Could we be the next Detroit? You know what I'm saying? How many years are we talking about for Kansas City to become, you know, that place? Because the rappers we got crazy. Just the rappers are nuts. Like our rappers Kansas City rappers are crazy, insane.
You're talking to one right now, y'all. You're listening to one right now.
I'm saying, but yeah, we have so much, bro, and we have amazing women too. Like the women here, crazy. Like we have a wave of just fire ass women rappers, like killing it, bro. Like FemC's going crazy, and
FemC's.
And it's just like I don't know when. I don't want to say that you have a limited amount of time, but the microscope is on us, the light is on us, and we're only getting bigger, and that means there's going to be more money in this town, you know. And if there's more money and more white people to spend the fucking money, you know what I'm saying? Like we're waiting for that expansion pack, and it's coming. I can't say whether it'll be in 2 years or 5 years, but
I feel like we're on the borderline of becoming one of these towns that people are. We're becoming a destination. There, and if you notice, the city's changing. They're changing. Yes. They're expanding, and they're making all these things. Downtown already sucked. Let's add more to downtown. We already can't park. Add more. Let's make the street rails more. Let's increase that, because we're gonna have more visitors and more traffic. You know, we're trying to make our city big enough for the World Cup, and I don't know if we are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we are, but we trying. So I don't know when.
Get into that. That's a heavy one. I'm gonna say that for the in-person interview. That's a good question. You see how I just roped them in on that too, y'all? You see how that happened?
Yeah.
See how that works? For those who are tuning in, man, we're talking to EpitomeKC, y'all. And first of all, he's the loudest voice in KC, so he's actually keeping it real, like low-key for y'all. But tell a friend to tell a friend. Conversations from the cardiac is going down, all right? So we touched on it a little bit, but talk to us about Hood Dude Food Review. And I also want to know, what's the worst type of foods you had so far in the process of this segment that you've been doing?
It's funny. I started the Hood Dude Food Reviews 5-6 years ago, and this was before Reels. This was before there was people sharing fucking food shit. And Hood Dude Food Reviews started with gas stations. What snacks should you get when you're high? What should you do when you got $7 and you're trying to eat? You know what I'm saying? So it started off with us going on journeys to find what you should do and where you should go. And it would be like Starbucks lemon cake. This is the unheralded snack. You know, rap snacks were getting real popular. So when they first came out with the Migos flavor, I bought that shit, and it was like barbecue and ranch. Who the fuck does that? Shit was trash. Bro, I got a room full of snacks. Like, these are all the Asian snacks, like, that I'm gonna start doing on the Hood Dude Food Reviews. Like, all these are just different snacks that we just been building up. So I go to the gas station, and I'm fat. I know when Lil Debbie got a new snack. Lil Debbie been having the same snacks for 10 plus 20 years, nigga. When did you start making this? You know, not slick. I got to tell the people. That you need to know about this. You know what I'm saying? Oreos. Y'all niggas been making these crazy ass, wild ass flavors. Fuck wrong with you, bro? Cotton candy Oreos, nigga. Y'all, the people need to know. Is this worth they $3.75? So, the thing that always happens with us, and this is just not me, but it's anybody. You have an idea, and you're like, this is it. I'm gonna get rich off this idea, right? Then you start, and you're like, maybe it's not as good as I thought it was. And you're like, what is it? What do I need to do, right? So I started it maybe 5-6 years ago, then I stopped. Then in 2021, I had a friend, his name was Corn, one of the coldest, you know, and we started shooting it in my living room. And what we did was, we did all the Master P, like, ramen cups that he came out with. Then we did, like, TikTok snacks that people were doing, stuff like that. And then he passed due to COVID, right? So then that threw another wrench, you know, in my fucking shit. And then this year, I said that this was the year of being selfish. This was the year of being selfish. And not that I'm not going to help anyone else. I'm still going to help you. But this is the year that I'm going to dedicate to me. I'm going to be an artist this year. I'm not going to be a show promoter. I don't want to book anyone's shows. I don't want to help you with this, this, and this. You know, I have people that are very close to me that I still help, but now I'm focused on what can we do to expand these brands, right? So then people go, I don't understand why my rap didn't pick up, right? And this is the example that we're going to use for why the Hood Dude Food Reviews has been finding success now. So why did my rap not do well? How many times did you post your rap, right? And if you posted it multiple times, did you use the same graphic over and over again to promote the same thing? If that's the case, that's why you didn't succeed. These niggas are unfollowing you. Hey, I don't give a fuck. You share the same thing 5 times, nigga. No. In the age of content, you have to have 10 to 20 pieces of material to release a single.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why that's important is because we are programmed to scroll. And as I'm scrolling, if I see the same thing from you over and over again, I'm going to unfollow you or mute you for 30 days. You know, like, you know, so you want to make sure that if you're doing a show, you not only have your flyer, but you need to have personalized flyers for each artist. Then you could use CapCut, a little app on your phone. Literally, you can make it a mobile, fucking make it move, add effects to it, so everyone can have their own special shit. So that way you don't get a viewer's remorse. That's what we're gonna call it. Viewer's remorse. Niggas is like, I don't want to see that shit no more. So I realized that the reason why my raps never went the way that I wanted them to go was because I drop a project, I have the show, I drop a video, and then I'm moving on to the next project, right? So it's the same way. These food reviews, I'm like, I dropped 2, and then I'm like, well, damn, what happened, right? Was the world supposed to come to me and be like, good food review, nigga, where's the rest? It's not how it works. So I made a commitment to myself. I did 10. And then I'm like, I'm going to stockpile, and let's see what happens. Then I got a consistent posting strategy. And I'm like, I'm going to start posting on Mondays and Fridays. Then I started seeing just different things happen. Sometimes the numbers aren't as high, but then sometimes, you know, the numbers are higher. But I've been getting more inquiries and more DMs and more follows. So things translate in different ways. So I had to look at the Hood Dude Food Reviews in a 2-year window. You know what I'm saying? Where we're at today after 7 and 8 months. And I can say that there's been a pretty significant increase, right? So where we'll be at in 2 years. As we are continuing, the quality is getting better. I'm improving. I'm getting better at the editing. All these things are happening because I'm doing it consistently. So the Hood Dude Food Reviews is an idea that happened 6 years ago and now has become a part of who I am. And I get stopped in the street off food reviews more than I ever did off rap. Last night, Busy seen me. Busy's known me forever. Didn't even remember my rap name. But you know what he did remember? We back! Like the Hood Dude Food Reviews in the building. And that's okay. I'm not mad at it. The thing I had to learn was the same way with your music. If I'm posting the music twice a week instead of just here's a story post here and a story post there, I probably would get a better response. But what it is I'm sitting here waiting, and I'm you know, posting a couple times because I don't have the amount of content that I need. So food reviews, same way, man. I just been building it in my mind, and now the IP is real. My logo was one of the last things that Corn gave me before he passed, you know. And this year, when I made the vow to be more selfish, I dug through my files and I found that. And then I'm like, what it was I always was like, who's gonna help me, right? I need help. And when I made the realization that that's what is holding you back, is waiting for someone to help you, even though these people are on my team, right? But if I'm waiting for a cameraman, waiting for someone else to edit all my videos, how long will I be waiting? I'm not going to hit my deadline. So the perfect example is, and it's no knock because it's really happened, Nerdy Niggas Trap 2, when we dropped that, I had this whole rollout plan. I paid for a visual for every song. Then COVID happened. Can I blame anybody for COVID? But instead of shooting these ideas, change them for COVID, I just didn't do them. Because I was making an excuse for myself because my plan didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. And that made me lose confidence in what I was doing. And that's one of the things that I see happen to a lot of us, you know. So the food reviews are a testament to if you're consistent, and if you hit a wall, do it yourself. And you know what I'm saying? Like it starts with us. And the food reviews are my expression for, like, don't let anyone hold you up, you know. Do it, and eventually they'll follow.
Yeah,
Absolutely, Quanchi. I love you too, my boy. But it's all about the Hood Dude Food Reviews represents the passion of DIY.
yeah.
You know, everything is done off the phone for that stuff. I literally all the little things you see, all the quotes, the lines, all that stuff. I literally have an app on my phone. I do it all. And not to say that that's how everyone should do it. You know, if you're
Right.
good with Final Cut, use Final Cut, you know, do whatever, but don't let your friend or your partner or whoever it is be the reason that you don't do it. Because every day that you're waiting is another day that you could be closer to your goal.
My arm hurts, y'all, but I look, I can't help it. We got to give him some motherfucking salt. He's doing his
Sprinkle the
thing,
salt,
y'all.
baby.
Man, look, I want to ask though, and we only got 5 minutes left, bro. We gonna get a part 2 to this.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn from you, bro. Um, First of all, why are you not at DreamCon? Are you a blurred? And let's talk about anime.
Yeah.
How did anime come into your life, and how impactful has it been?
So, okay, DreamCon. One of my favorite brands is Dynasty Apparel. I missed out on buying the tickets for DreamCon, and Jesse ended up getting on as a vendor. So initially, I was going to go to DreamCon with him and use his vendor pass, but he ended up needing a cameraman, and there was a cameraman down in Texas, and he just was like, "Hey, I gotta let the cameraman, you know what I'm saying, do that." Am I blurred? Most definitely, right? So anime, when I was living my illicit life, doing my, you know, different path of life, you know, anime is what helped me get back into rap. So my friend Matt, you know, oh my God, I go on and on. He calls me and he's like, "Hey, these fuckers are fucking with me, and all I'm talking about is bitches and anime, bro." I'm like, we used to get cracked on in high school for being the blurs,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But it's the same people that was talking shit about us that like anime. You know what I'm saying? I'll be places and I'll be like, "Oh man, bro, oh, anime this, anime that," and I'll be like, "You bitch ass nigga, you the same ones." So anime, not directly, but just because of allowing me to express myself in my music and not have to be concerned about what other people feel, really helped me to be motivated to rap again, because I had stopped rapping. It wasn't because I didn't care about it. It's just that I had this unbelievable confidence that I should have been famous. I was like, but by the way, back then I was trash, horrible, and I was telling everybody I'm the hardest nigga on the block. And yeah, nah, it wasn't the case. So anime helped me to reboot myself. And I'm like, man, I always wanted to talk about these subjects, and now I can do it freely and not have to worry about it, right? So anime got me back into the bag of being creative and wanting to go the next way. So it started off, if I can talk about anime, I can talk about anything. And that's the way it was about God, right? Mention God. This motherfucker can talk about God. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about, right? So the thing was, people wasn't fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? But now,
But now,
I ain't gonna hold you. I got to go, bump.
oh, all right. Hey, we got to get up out of here. Peace, 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 man. Have a good one. We're going to wrap them up. I'm going to do my little bit, and my man is out, y'all. Y'all do your thing. That was just a divine, delightful, humorous, and gem-filled interview with EpitomeKC, y'all. Now's the time to click the link in the bio. Make sure you're following. It is exactly like it sounds, EpitomeKC. I'm up out of here. I got a little bit of blunt left, but I'm going to go share the rest with Thrax Pastry. Make sure you tap in. Hey, do something to earn your place in the world this week. And just be a dope motherfucker. All right? What do I also say? No, love yourself like you love the world. That's the one. All right? But more than anything, do something to earn your place in the world this week. Y'all have a good one. We'll be back again next week. Peace.